Hello everyone and welcome to Monday's video. I just got back from Nationals. We had a 12-hour drive back to Nebraska from Detroit. We got back in around 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning, passed out until 11, got up and I drove the next hour and a half back home, and now I'm here. I've had 2 hours of sleep and I thought I'd just give you a little update. As you can see, we do have our Nationals mat as well as our Nationals sleeves, which are obviously pretty nice. I love the sleeves. Not sure about the mat yet, still getting used to it. Obviously I'm going to use it just because we did earn it, so why not? Another thing I got while I was there, because a buddy of mine went to Japan, got this nice little deck box. They were selling them there for $40 and we were able to get them cheaper than that, so I'm really happy with that. But that's that right there. I did take Sylvan's. I'm doing a deck profile today over that for you. Please let me know down in the comments below after the deck profile and let me know what you think of the deck, if there's anything you could change. There are a few things that I'm planning on changing myself just after Nationals. I noticed there are a few problems, a few discrepancies, and I really want to nail down this deck because I love it and I want to make it the best that it can be. I know that Patrick Hoban played it. I might look at his deck profile once it comes out and see what he did that I did differently and go from there. So with that, let's get into the deck profile. Okay everyone, we are going to jump straight into the deck profile. It's a 41 card deck, 15 card extra deck. We're not going to go into the side at all because that's just preference. First thing we have is 3 Sylvan Hermitry. Obviously it's one of the main cards of the deck because you do have draw power and it's a big beater. We have 2 Sylvan Sage Koya. Another one of the main cards of the deck. You can special summon it when you send a Sylvan to the graveyard, so when it gets sent to the graveyard, except during the damage step, as well as when it's excavated, you can grab a Sylvan Speller Trap from your graveyard and add it to your hand, so you can add Sylvan Charity if you need to, or Mount Sylvania. We are then playing 3 Sylvan Martial Leaf just for destruction, as well as being able to excavate 2 if we're able to put something on top that we really need. We've got 3 Sylvan Kamashima, one of the main cards of the deck. You can use it to excavate 5, which I usually do, or you can use it to pop things in the back row because that's very good as well. Then we've got 3 Sylvan Princess Sprouse, one of the main cards that helps your XT's plays go around just because you're able to make rank 8 and rank 7 plays very easily with Hermitry and Sage Koya being able to excavate this. Then we've got 2 Lone Fire Blossom because we are playing a plant deck, and since Lone Fire's at 2, if you're not playing Lone Fire at 2, you're dumb. Then we're doing 2 Sylvan Peacekeeper just because if we're able to get out Hermitry, excavate a Peacekeeper, special summon a Lone Fire, activate Lone Fire effects, special summon another Hermitry. It's really good to get the Hermitries out of the deck as fast as possible because you really don't want to draw into them. Then the last plant we've got is Spore, just because it is a tuner. You can use it to do your synchro plays, as well as being able to go into rank 8s by banishing a Sage Koya and having Hermitry on the field go into rank 8s. So you can use it as an XC's material as well. After that, we're running 1 Rose Archer just because you're able to help, because this is a plant deck, it's able to help you stop your opponent from activating traps. Then we've got 2 Curry Bandit because Curry Bandit is pro, and if you're able to excavate a Charity, Fertilizer, Sylvania, Soul Charge, and bring that to your hand, as well as excavating a few plants along the way and activating their effects, it is pretty good. Then we're running 2 Effect Failure because being able to stop your opponent's monsters during the first game instead of having to slide in your Effect Failures game 2 is really good because then you can have a little bit more advantage. And the last monster we're playing is Blaster Dragon, Ruler of Infernos, just because you can use that as ditching power with Hermitry. So if you have a Hermitry in your hand, you don't want it in your hand, you can ditch it with that, destroy something, go off with that, as well as it being a level 7, so you can go with it and Sage Koya's, or with the Princess Press if you need to, and it is just a big beater. Going on to the spells, we've got 3 Mount Sylvania, pretty simple, it's just something you do. We've got 3 Sylvan Charity because if you don't run 3 of this, you don't know what you're doing. It's just a great way to draw cards and set up the top of your deck to be able to excavate later on. Then we're running 3 Miracle Fertilizer because you have 3 Monster Reborns that you can use continuously once per turn as long as they don't get destroyed, as well as 2 Soul Charge. I run 2 instead of 3 because I don't want to draw into it late game, and I don't want it to be a dead draw. as well as I sided out game 3. That way, in case I go into time, I don't have those sitting in my hand waiting to be useless to me. Then I also use 1 Book of Moon because when you use Book of Moon, you can help stop your opponent's plays. Very good. The last spell I use is Rank Up Magic, the 7th one, which is really good when I use number 107 and C107 because I do run the rank 8s, so it really helps. Then I run 3 traps, 3 Royal Decree. Stops your opponent from doing anything, that way you can go off with your plays. That is the main deck. I decided to run with the Royal Decrees because I was having problems with my opponent's traps and I was getting sick of it, so I was like, you know what, just going to throw in the Royal Decrees. And it worked out really well, and I'm usually able to open up with it, usually, you know, each game. So it's really good. That is the entire main deck, 41 cards. Going on to the extra deck. Main card of the extra deck we're going into is Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand, rank 8. The next card we have is number 62, Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon. I did not go into this. I don't want to go into this now. I'm trading this out for a Heliopolis so I can actually be able to destroy my opponent's field. Then I have one number 15, Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder, because being able to pop your opponent's XYZ monsters, have them take damage and still be able to attack for 15 is pretty good. As well as if you need to, you can put it in defense because it's got 2,500 butt. We've got Elsa, the Sylvan High Protector. Didn't realize how good this was until I actually read its effect. Put it in defense, it's got that 3,200 butt, and you can activate any card you want, especially if it's a plant. Call a different name than that. Send 1 card from your opponent's field to the bottom or top of their deck. It's just a really good way to mess up their plays, especially if that's something that they worked really hard to get into, so you can make them minus. Then we've got the number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, as well as the number C107, Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, for the Rank Up Magic 7th one. That's the 8s, as well as the 9. Going on to the 7s, we've got Mega Family's Dracosac, pretty simple. Number 11, Big Eye, as well as Aurea, the Sylvan High Arbiter. Pretty simple. If you don't know what Aurea does, look it up. Going on to our last Xyz, we got Mech-Equipped Engineer. Really good for defense, helps you out in case you need to stall out to be able to pull off a play later on in a couple turns. Going on to the Synchros, we have Leo, the Keeper of the Sacred Tree. This needs to be higher than a rare. I really want it to be an ultimate, it'd be beautiful. A great card, you can go into it with a Spore, a Hermitry, but banishing a level 1. Pretty simple. Once you get this out, it's pretty much game over unless they have a Dark Hole. Then we've got 2 level 8s. We've got Scrap Dragon and Colossal Fighter. Colossal Fighter for the Bujin matchup. You can just keep attacking through all their cranes because you don't really care about them. As well as Scrap Dragon, which just really helps because you most likely will have a random plant that you can pop to destroy their stuff, as well as it being a 2800 beater. And then if all else fails, you can use it as a blaster fodder to be able to banish it, special summon blaster. Then the last monster that we use in our extra deck, because we are using plants, I felt that we really needed to have this in here. The 1 Black Rose Dragon. Just because if we need to clear the field, this would be the best way, as well as if we get it out and we want to use a secondary effect, then we can. That's the main and the extra. Please let me know what you thought. If you liked it, please let me know. Let me know in the comments. Give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, let me know again. Let me know what you think I should do differently. There are a few things I want to change up with the deck. I am going to continue working on this. Stay tuned for Wednesday when we are going to be doing Rank Up Wednesday with this deck, as well as I'm going to try out a few different changes in the deck to see if maybe it'll work better with it as well. That's all I've got for now, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.